Yes, I know, I'm one of 2 people on Earth who have never seen the original Avatar, but since I saw Way of the Water last week, I'm kind of just like, I need to watch the original to really get some context with it, and now I'm going to redo my review for Way of the Water, because seeing this movie, I'm like, yeah, now 2 great solid Avatar movies. Let's talk about it. Avatar. So Avatar is a 2009 science fiction action movie that was written and directed by James Cameron, and oh my goodness, this movie was just the hit of the town. This movie is the highest grossing movie on planet Earth, even higher than Avengers Endgame. I never saw this movie at all. That was just like, 2009. I was seeing movies, but I wasn't like, like, oh shit, gotta see this shit. Now, since The Way of the Water comes out officially on Friday, I had to see this movie, and is it good? For a first time watch, I had a great time with this movie. I was like locked in. This movie was like 2 hours and 41 minutes. I was like, I'm in it. Because visually this movie is just shock and awe. I will say the best way I could put it is the most beautiful PlayStation 4 movie I have ever seen. The movie is like, I can see why people were like, this is like the most visual, incredible movie ever. You gotta see the movie in 3D, you gotta see it. See why it was released like 3 times and shit. Because I would love to see this again on the big screen. I already saw the sequel on the big screen, but now, shit. Now this movie's great too. He has good acting, good characters, good heart, and the action scenes where they're happening and shit like that is just really good. A simple enough story that just opens up from the jump, but just makes it easy for me to follow. Because I was just like, I'm glad it didn't do what most science fiction movies do, where it's like, okay, it takes like 30 minutes shit to get the ball rolling. No, it's like you're this character, you're Jake Sully, you're on this planet, and now things are happening. Here's what's going on, and this is what's happening. Pros and cons. So I believe that Avatar, you've seen this movie already, so I'm not telling you nothing you haven't seen, but here's why I think this movie is fucking really good. Here's why. Adding in the movie, Sam Worthington as Jake Sully. I liked him. Felt like he was like the underdog we were kind of rooting for. You get that out the jump because, he's paralyzed. Not only is he crippled, he's paralyzed. Lost his brothers who already are on his side of like, oh yeah, it's Jake Sully. Get it done, dude. You're the man. Also, Zoe Saldana, she's in the movie. It's like, I knew she was in it, but I didn't know she was in it. And now it's like, I kind of was like, oh, it's Gamora and Jake had good chemistry together. The acting was really good. It was just like a natural progression of things that I was just like, I'm digging this film. Even Michelle Rodriguez was in this movie too. I was like, Michelle Rodriguez, good to see she's not in something Fast Furious. The overall acting in the movie was incredibly good. I liked it. Good going. Plot in the movie. The movie is really simple and shit. And I was afraid it was gonna be one of those like, oh, this is like too deep and beyond me and shit. I gotta watch it like 3 more times. No, it's real simple. Pretty much you got Jake Sully. He goes to this planet and shit. The planet of Pandora. Yeah, Pandora's box. He goes to this planet and stuff like that with these other colonizers and stuff. And they want to get this material, this vibranium. That's not vibranium. Yeah, what is it? Ultimadium or something. Gonna call it vibranium. But the vibranium that's under this world tree that's protected by the blue people, the Navi and shit like that. And Jake's like, okay, and the the powers that be, the corporate dickheads, they're like, we want you to infiltrate them and be part of their clan and stuff like that. So in order to do that, he got to hook up to a synthetic avatar body. So Avatar does that, and now him and Gamora are like, oh yeah, she shows him the ways of the people and stuff like that, and the Navi. And of course, like, you've seen this movie before. He falls in love with her. He's like part of their culture and shit. But now the dickheads, humans, are like, you know what? You're not getting the job done. So we're just gonna nuke the world tree, get the vibranium, and fuck off. And Jake ain't having that. So him and Gamora and all the other blue people got to band together and just take off the humans. That's pretty much the movie. Okay, pros of the movie. Shit. Visually, even though I was watching this on Disney Plus on my 4K TV, this shit was really good. I said in the swooping shots and everything like that, the colors, the vibrance, everything pops out. Everything just looked amazing. It was just like in shock and awe. I was really just like, I would love to see this on the big screen, the original, even though the sequel is amazing too. When you see it on the big screen, you're like, oh, we're back in Pandora. It's awesome. Like I said, it's like the most beautiful PlayStation 4 movie I have ever seen because, like I said, visually, it is incredible. But I will say, like, when the CGI starts happening, things are like going slow. You're kind of just like, oh, looking around, like, oh, wow, this is awesome. This is great. Then when, like, the creatures and stuff start kind of running and stuff like that, Black Panther thing, whatever, it was attacking Jake and shit like that. It was running around stuff. I was like, oh, it's when it's moving, I'm like, oh, that looks like 2009 CGI. But when things are just like the trees and the the flying dragons are just flying around, stuff like that, and you see the swooping shots of the sky and the landscape, you're like, oh, now that looks like 2018 CGI. Now that looks good. I just like the heart and the characters of all the stuff like that. You know, when Jake was giving the speech and stuff like that, and him and Gamora were just, you know, really bonding with the clan, the culture. I was just like, it's hitting me home, and I'm getting the goosebumps, and I like that shit. And I got to say about the movie the fact that I really don't have any cons, and that's what I love about movies. I can walk out and be like, I had no thing problem with it. I liked it all. I will say, like, if I had any cons, any small nitpicks, the story is kind of predictable because there were a lot of things I'm like were foreshadowed. I'm like, okay, that's gonna happen next. Quick example, because you've seen the movie, so we're spoiling the shit. Quick example is the fact that there was a part where one of the scientists, Grace, she got injured and it was like, oh, we could take her to the world tree and shit, and then she can just transfer her consciousness into the Avatar body. It was literally like walking. I was like, okay, if this doesn't work, then that means Jake is gonna get injured and he's gonna transfer his body into the Avatar body. And that's happening in the movie. It was like small stuff like that. It was like, okay, foreshadow, and now here it is now. Okay, I've seen this movie done before, but it was still good. At the end of the day, Avatar was a movie that I'm so sorry, guys. I have not seen this movie for almost 10 plus years, but now I finally got to see it, and now I appreciate Way of the Water much more. Characters were great. The story was pretty predictable, but easy enough to follow. I had a good time with it. Visually, the most spectacular movie I've seen in a while, and now I'm even more firm that Avatar Way of the Water is definitely one of the most spectacular CGI movies I've seen of 2022. It was good. That being said, I'm going to say that Avatar 2009 is definitely a good 9 out of 10. Was definitely worth buying and owning on digital and Blu-ray. You can watch it on Disney Plus right now. But Avatar, you can watch it on Disney Plus, and Avatar Way of the Water comes out officially on Friday. You're going to see it, not going to see it. Let me know. Let's talk about it. As always, subscribe. Until next time.